Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the concept of the Dagd Rashi or the burnt zodiac sign. So like the way you know this thing that the topics which I generally select for my videos for the upload is always in alignment with the prevailing theme right now happening in the cosmos at the time when I'm recording. So it's the auspicious occasion of the Makar Sankranti, but as you know that for every Sankranti, sun has just transitioned into a new sign, and moon right now is also in the Scorpio, kind of uncomfortable. So I thought let's have a discussion on a topic like this only. Again friends, even if you will come across that this discussion is making any specific area of your life vulnerable, so in astrology there is nothing called as a punishment or suffering. It is always connected with evolution, it is always connected with self-improvement. So I'm sure that you will take it in a positive light. So, and also friends, I want you to be very clear, when I say burnt, when I say combust, here we are not talking about the planets, here we are talking about the zodiac signs, and this is a very important tool which some of the very learned and the scholarly astrologers use at the time of the Muhurat, at the time of the matchmaking. They give very strong attention to this. So okay friends, to start this discussion, first of all, you have to know a little bit about the basic qualities of the Panchang. So like the way we say that we all humans are carrying a DNA, same is the way in the Vedic Jyotish, the DNA of your karmas, of your fate, of your prarabdha is somehow encrypted in the Panchang, which is the 5 vertical or limbs of the moon at the time when you are born. So many people have this habit of either they just give attention to their moon sign, or maximum they dive deep only till the nakshatra. But also friends, when I say Panchang, that means the tithi on which you are born, var, weekday on which you are born, yog, karan, nakshatra, they all are equally important. And friends, for the calculation of this Dagd Rashi, we will be focusing on the tithi. See, why we say that people who are born like around the new moon, full moon, or the 8th day, Ashtami, their life tend to remain slightly volatile or sensitive. Because obviously if sun and moon, which can be seen as the father and the mother, if they are afflicted, so obviously the child, because all these dates, tithi, are born out of the correlation and the relation between the sun and moon and their relative distance only, right? So if the father and mother are going to be afflicted, a child in the form of the tithi will be born with some sort of weakness or affliction only. And also friends, tithi plays a very significant role, especially when we talk about the information connected to your relationship. I have seen in my research that some of those people who are knowingly, unknowingly, consciously or subconsciously, if they are doing remedies which are aligned with their birth tithi, somehow it proves out to be very protective, very helpful. So let's say for example, someone who is born on the Dvitiya tithi, like second tithi, whether its moon is waxing or waning, it hardly matters. If someone is born on a Dvitiya tithi which is connected with the creator god, Lord Brahma, and it is recommended in the Shastras that if this person will contribute for the construction of any buildings or for the tree plantation, if he is going to be respectful towards the pregnant woman, that will act as a very good remedy. Same is the way someone born on the Chaturthi, like 4th day, whether it is like 4th tithi, I mean to say 4th tithi, whether moon is waxing or waning. So this tithi, Chaturthi, is connected with Lord Ganesha. So someone born on this tithi, if this person will be a devotee of Lord Ganesha, or will take modak and will offer it to Lord Ganesha, or take care of the expense of the books, study material for the unprivileged children and all, this will actually act as a very good remedy. So that is the reason friends, like tithi plays a very significant role. Same is the way, all what you have to do is that you have to connect the planets with all these tithi. So for example, you have to follow the same weekly sequence. So like for example, Pratipada is connected with the sun, then comes the Dvitiya, it is connected with moon, Tritiya with Mars, Chaturthi with Mercury, Panchami with Jupiter, Shashti with Venus, Saptami with Saturn, Ashtami with Rahu, and then again we do not include Ketu in this. Again you have to start the sequence from the Sun. So for example, Navami birth will be connected with the planet Sun. Dashmi 10th Tithi is going to be connected with the Moon. Ekadashi Tithi is going to be connected with Mars, and same way like Dwadashi 12th Tithi is going to be connected with Mercury. So this planet, the Tithi on which you are born, this connected planet, its placement in the natal chart also gives very vital information regarding your marriage as well. Like whether you will get married on time, whether you are going to have a very harmonious kind of matrimonial life, or you have to struggle a lot in the marriage. So all of that can also be acquired. This information can also be acquired through the Tithi as well, your birth Tithi. But now friends, we will now deviate and focus now on our discussion central theme, which is about the Dagda Rashi. So friends, this Dagda Rashi gets calculated from your Janam Tithi. Now like the way I mentioned over here, it's not the planet which gets combust, it's the zodiac sign which gets combust. And over here we generally say that again I would say that the Dagda Rashi is not responsible for the denial, but it is definitely responsible for lack of satisfaction or like near end kind of failure, that you kept on working hard, you reached till the finish line and then you lose out on the reward, or in some cases you are putting too much of the efforts in the signification of the matters which is your Dagda Rashi, burnt zodiac sign. So irrespective of putting all the efforts, but you are not getting the recognition. So that could also be one of the features of the Dagda Rashi. So now friends, first of all we will just have our like quick overview of the Dagda Rashi connected with all the Tithis. So for example, someone who is born on a Pratipada. So for the Pratipada Tithi, Libra and Capricorn will become the burnt zodiac sign, Dagda Rashi for you. If you are born on the Dvitiya Tithi, then Sagittarius and Pisces will become burnt zodiac sign for you. If you are born in the Tritiya Tithi, Leo and Capricorn, Chaturthi, Taurus, Aquarius, Panchami, Gemini, Virgo, Shashti, Aries, Leo, Saptami, Sagittarius, Pisces, Ashtami, Gemini, Virgo, Navami, Leo, Scorpio, Dashmi, Leo, Scorpio, Ekadashi, Sagittarius, Pisces, Dwadashi, Libra, Capricorn, Triodashi, Taurus, Aries, Chaturdashi, for them they're like 4 zodiac signs which gets burnt, like Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, all the dual signs. And for the Amavas or the Purnima, no sign is burnt. So now friends, now comes the question that after knowing all these burnt zodiac sign signification, how can you utilize it? So let's say for example, if you will find that based on your birth tithi, a specific zodiac sign is a Dagda Rashi for you. Now how you can use it in the prediction? So the very first exception is going to be of the retrograde planet. Like in the same retrograde theory, let's take up the case of the benefic planet first. So we know that the natural benefic planets are Moon as per the Paksh Bal, Mercury based on its conjunction, and Venus and Jupiter. So let's say for example, if these planets are placed in the Dagda Rashi which you calculated from your birth tithi. So if these planets are placed in the Dagda Rashi and they are in direct motion, it has been generally seen that native might have to work hard to derive satisfaction or recognition in the domain of that planet. But let's say for example, if the same benefic planet being placed in the Dagda Rashi, but if that planet is going to be in a retrograde motion, then it has been seen that native can still have this mindset to come out of the affliction being caused by that zodiac sign. The second level for this retrograde exception is, what if you have the malefic planets being placed in the Dagda Rashi, like planet like Saturn and Mars. So friends, it has been generally seen in the research because negative and negative combined can create the positive outcome as well. So if you have Mars and Saturn being placed in the Dagda Rashi zone, they can still bring out good results and can actually give you a very strong fighting spirit as well. Now the exception is if the same malefic planet being placed in the Dagda Rashi, if that planet is going to be retrograde, then the energy can go haywire, or the energy could be slightly chaotic, where because of the like self-sabotaging behavior, self-affliction, native might create more problems in his life. Like the way, for example, for all the failures and delays, native might respond in a very self-harming kind of way. Now friends, if we are talking about the malefic planets, how can we overlook the importance of the Rahu and Ketu? So friends, it has been generally seen that the nodal axis, if the nodal axis falls in your Dagda Rashi in the natal chart, somehow it gives that sort of vacuum, it creates those kind of possibilities where the qualities of Rahu and Ketu somehow gets accentuated. Rahu with its ambition, its desire, and Ketu with its research, with that sort of churning, can actually derive good result even from a burnt or a Dagda Rashi in your natal chart. Friends, the next is going to be the importance of the houses. We know this thing like certain houses which are considered as very auspicious, which is the first house, fourth house, fifth house, ninth house, 10th house. So if your Dagda Rashi falls in these houses and you have some of the important planets being placed over here, then again you have to work very hard to get the recognition. You have to work hard to be contented or to extract and assured success out of the signification of that planet being placed in that Dagda Rashi zone. But let's say, for example, if you have the Dagda Rashi, like the burnt zodiac sign, falling in the natural like Dushtana Bhava, like in the 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, like based on your Janam Tithi, the Dagda Rashi falls in these Dushtana Bhava, it has been generally seen as a good sign, where all the burnt qualities go away and native with its fighting spirit will be able to deal with the 6th house connected debts, enemies, challenges, 8th house connected obstacles, or 12th house related losses. So it has been generally seen in the research that the burnt zodiac sign or the Dagda Rashi burns away the enemies from the 6th house, obstacles of the 8th house, and the losses of the 12th house as well. So it is not bad if your Dagda Rashi falls in these Dushtana Bhava. So friends, while working with the Dagda Rashi paradox or the combination, don't get confused with the lordship. So let's say, for example, if based on your Janam Tithi, you get to know that, okay, for example, Sagittarius is your Dagda Rashi. So that does not mean that the lord of the Sagittarius, which is the planet Jupiter, now Jupiter is a bad planet for you. It's not like that. Jupiter is only going to be in a state of affliction if it is placed in that Dagda Rashi in itself. So be very clear when we talk about the concept of the Dagda Rashi or the burnt signification of a zodiac sign. It is only affecting the zodiac sign, not its lord. So if Jupiter is going to be placed elsewhere in the chart, and if that zodiac sign is again also not the Dagda Rashi, Jupiter's good qualities are going to be intact. The problem and the suffering will only happen if Dagda Rashi, the burnt zodiac sign, is Sagittarius and Jupiter is placed over here. Then we can say that the signification of the planet Jupiter can feel like burnt. But if Jupiter is placed elsewhere, Jupiter is going to be intact and devoid of any negativity of the lordship of the burnt zodiac sign or of the Dagda Rashi. So friends, let's wrap up this discussion with a reference case study that, let's say for example, someone who is born on a Chaturthi Tithi with a Leo Lagna. So we know that if you are born on a Chaturthi, 4th Tithi, whether the moon is waxing or waning, the Dagda Rashi, the burnt zodiac sign for you is Taurus and the Aquarius. Now for the Leo Lagna, Taurus falls in the 10th house and Aquarius falls in the 7th house. So you will definitely see that no matter how strengthened 10th houses because of the planetary placements or how strengthened 7th houses because of the planetary placement, somehow these houses and the zodiac sign lord will act like a paper tiger, like irrespective of being good planets being placed in the 10th house. Leo Lagna in the 10th house, this person has got moon being there in the 10th house exalted, Venus being placed in the 10th house dignified, even Saturn being placed in the Aquarius in the 7th house in itself. Even after that, these zodiac sign and houses will act like a paper tiger. Native will still feel that sort of a hollowness in the matters of the 10th house, which is career, and in the matters of the relationship. And again friends, the only exception, because I do not want to leave you all high and dry, the only exception to the signification of the Dagda Rashi is only if you have malefic planets being placed in the Dagda Rashi. If the benefic planets are placed, better they are retrograde. Ascendant lord, the Lagna lord, is strengthened in itself, and the exception to this could be that the benefic planet like Jupiter shall not be placed in the Dagda Rashi, but if Jupiter is giving its aspect to the Dagda Rashi, somehow it protects the signification of that zodiac sign, of that house. So friends, this is a very vital information which needs to be used in the Muhurat, and I'm sure many Vedic pundits and scholars who work primarily on the calculation of the Muhurat, they always take into consideration the Dagda Rashi. So again friends, I want to make this thing very clear. With Dagda Rashi, we are not talking about the denial. It is not like the planet combustion. It is like the burnt signification of the zodiac sign over where satisfaction, contentment might lack. So okay friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.